Item Number SCP-2256. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. Information about 2256 is subject to a gradual antimemetic corrosion effect. Corrosion occurs at differing rates depending on the level of detail/accuracy in the information and the physical complexity of the storage medium. In-depth academic papers, photographs, and information stored electronically decay rapidly. Broad descriptions, pencil sketches, and paperwork decay slowly. Therefore, this electronic database entry should describe SCP-2256 only in broad terms. Detailed information about SCP-2256's appearance, theorized evolutionary ancestry, biology, diet, behavior, vocalizations, life cycle, intelligence, ecological role, and cultural significance should be stored in hard copy at Site-19, Vault 1-053. The rate of corrosion in both data sources should be monitored carefully, although at present no technique is known for halting or undoing such corrosion. Although these antimemetic effects linger and rate Euclid classification, SCP-2256 itself is extinct and requires no special containment procedures. Description: SCP-2256, Cryptomorphia gigantes, is a species of gigafauna which was endemic to the South Pacific Ocean around the islands of Polynesia. SCP-2256 was one of the very few recorded species known to have developed rudimentary perceptual/antimemetic camouflage, rendering them nearly impossible for other sentient beings to perceive or remember. This adaptation is theorized to have arisen in order to elude predators. SCP-2256 was the largest species to have lived on Earth, resembling spindly, vertically elongated giraffes or brachiosauruses. Adults of the species grew to over 1,000 meters in height. They weighed no more than 4 tons, with most of their mass being camouflaged by very similar adaptation. With their broad, dish-shaped feet, they were able to walk directly on the surface of the ocean without sinking. SCP-2256 navigated the ocean alone, or in of 2 to as many as 2,000 individuals. They were reluctant to approach land, especially inhabited islands, usually staying more than 30 kilometers offshore. Because of their height, they were visible on the horizon at this distance. Acquisition: Polynesian natives of the island of Makiti used the substance called tau coca for recreational and religious purposes. As well as being a moderate psychedelic, this drug has monistic properties, suppressing antimemetic effects and making entities camouflage in this way easier to see and remember. Thus, the Makitians were for hundreds of years the only people to see SCP-2256. In Makitian mythology, SCP-2256 were wandering spirits whom the gods had charged with maintaining the horizon, to ensure that the sky and water never mixed. They were characterized as well-meaning and friendly, but unintelligent and often deficient in their duties, resulting in storms and typhoons. They were called Poloongaku, the ones who walked very slowly. In 1991, an internal biochemistry study revealed that tau coca bore a strong chemical resemblance to the Foundation's own Class W monistic. A Foundation anthropologist was assigned to follow the Makitian legend and become the first outsider to observe 2256. An observation was quickly on the island to study the creatures. Routine containment analysis found that SCP-2256 was safe and required no special containment procedures or even particular secrecy. History. SCP immediately proved to be impossible to capture photographically. Photographic negatives of the species faded into transparency over a few minutes. Similar decay affected videotape, audio tape, celluloid film, digital and electronic scans. The observation team soon returned most of their equipment to inventory and proceeded using pencils and, at the time, it believed that such recordings would be effectively permanent. SCP-2256's population declined slightly in 92 and 93, then dropped sharply from 1994 onwards. A combination of contributing factors were observed: illness, infertility, and a rate of stillbirths. In 2002, a field generator was developed which could penetrate and neutralize SCP-2256's antimemetic, allowing for conventional photography. The first and only close-up photograph of one of the creatures instantly killed it. It was concluded that direct observation of SCP-2256 is injurious to. This adaptation is believed to have arisen as a means of detecting predators, such as 2256's antimemetic camouflage protected them from those same predators. One of generator was immediately curtailed. It was subsequently hypothesized that the Foundation's ongoing passive observation of the species was intense enough to have harmful effects on SCP-2256, and that was what was driving the species' extinction. Opinions differed sharply. Veracity of this hypothesis over thoroughly it should be tested, and over what be done if it was proven to be true. Several extreme options were, including exterminating to preserve the data, and completely expunging the data to preserve 2256. No firm conclusions. In 2003, observation of SCP-2256 was scaled back significantly, and the Foundation focused from gathering data to analyzing data. However, SCP-2256's population continued to. The last individual died near Tokelau, October 30th, 2006. 2010. Discovered. The antimemetic camouflage, also characterized as decay or corrosion, was spreading through paper records of, as of more 60% of documents are. Even with strong monastic dose, the effect is even SCP entry itself, despite shielding and redundancy in system. Since extinct. New data, it can be generated. It is that full contamination, 3 to 8 years.